Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to basically use the sustain pedal on the piano, okay? So that you can equally start using it in your play. So without wasting a second, why do you even need to use the sustain pedal in the first place? So what the sustain pedal basically help you to do is to manually sustain your musical notes on the piano or while you play, okay? So let me show you what I mean. For example, let me play a note. Watch this. Now I'm playing this without the pedal activated. Okay, that is without using the pedal. So you can see this note I'm playing. You see how all these notes just kind of they chop off immediately. Okay, that is they are not being sustained for a long period of time. So this is without the pedal. Now let me use the pedal. So let me activate the pedal. Let me push the pedal down, and you will see how all these notes is going to be sustained for a long period of time before the sound kind of diminishes. So this is what I mean. So this is it without the pedal. The sound just kind of diminishes fast. But here is it with the pedal. So you can see the note is just being sustained for a long period of time. So you can see that. So I highly recommend you use headphones so that you'll be able to kind of hear the difference better. Okay. So that's just basically what the sustain pedal help you to do while you're playing. It helps your musical notes to be sustained for a long period of time. And this is actually necessary because while you're playing any song or any music at all, it's very important for there to be kind of continuous flow in your play. Okay, you don't want that kind of break or moment of silence in your play because it can kind of ruin the music or ruin the song you're playing. You want your play to be continuous and to kind of flow together. And that is what the sustain pedal basically help you to do. So now to demonstrate this so that you're going to understand this better, let me play a very simple song, which is Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm going to play it without the pedal and with the pedal so that you see the difference and you're going to understand it better. I would recommend you use headphones so that you're going to hear the difference, you understand better, okay? So let me play it without the pedal. So that's without the pedal. Now look at it with the pedal and you're going to see the difference. So let me activate the pedal now. So if you're actually using headphones, you're going to see the difference between the two where I played it. You see the first one was kind of, the notes are kind of ending, chopping off immediately. Okay. And they were kind of pause or break, moment of silence while I'm playing. But when I use the pedal, everything kind of flowed or glued together. Okay. So that's just basically what the sustain pedal help you to do. It helps you to manually sustain your musical notes while you play on the piano. Now, the next very, very important moment to consider when using the sustain pedal is during chord transitions. You need to understand how to be able to use the pedal when you are transiting from one chord to another. That is when you are playing the chord progression or you are accompanying any song or singer. You need to know how to use the pedal in this particular situation because it's actually very important. Not knowing how to use the sustain pedal during chord changes or chord progression can either ruin your music or make it sound much more beautiful. So let me teach you how to basically use the sustain pedal when you are transiting from one chord to another. All you just need to notice this. While you are on your source chord, okay, and the pedal is being activated at this particular situation, as you are moving from this chord to another chord, that is your target chord, as your hand is kind of landing on that target chord, your leg go up and down immediately. Okay, so just get the concept. It's not difficult. So as your hands is moving from one chord, and in this particular situation, the pedal will need to be activated already. So you can see my legs, the pedal is already activated while I'm on this source chord. Okay, so as I'm moving from this chord to another chord, as my hands are kind of descending to strike the next chord, my leg will go up and down immediately. You can see I just kind of release the pedal and activate it again. So it's very simple. As your hands goes down to strike your target chord, your leg go up and down immediately. So very simple. Hands come down, leg goes up and down. Okay? Hands down, leg up, down. So your hand will kind of go down first to strike your target chord, and then your leg will go up and down immediately. So this is what I mean. So we're on C sharp. So let's say we are going to F sharp. As my hand is going down to strike F sharp, like this, my leg goes up and down immediately. You see that? Let me go to another chord. You see that? You see that? So you can see that. Let me demonstrate this in a simple chord progression. Let's pick the 1 5 6 4 progression. The pedal needs to be activated already before you start. So I'm in the key of okay, let me go to the key of C. So this is the key of C. This is the first chord in key of C. Okay. As I'm moving from this first chord to the fifth chord, because it's the 1 5 6 4 progression, remember, as I'm moving from this to the next chord, as my hand is going to the next chord, my hand comes down to strike the next chord, and my leg will go up and down immediately. You see that? To the next chord, hands goes down, leg goes up and down immediately. Okay, same principle. Now, the reason why you need to use this technique during chord transition in a chord progression is because, just for example, just look at this. If you have the sustain pedal being sustained all through, that is without kind of lifting your feet up and down when moving from one chord to another in the chord progression, it's going to create a mess, okay? Because all the notes will kind of be sustained and the notes start to clash together, and it's going to create a very horrible sound, okay? So that is why you actually want to kind of release your leg up and down when moving from one chord to another, because while you're on a particular chord, the sound is being sustained. So when you now move to the next chord, you are kind of releasing that sustained sound of the first chord so that the next chord is going to kind of come in. You understand? So this chord is still sustained. As I'm going to the next chord now, I have to release the sound so that this next chord I'm going to play will kind of come in. You understand? So that's just the concept. So guys, that's just the basic knowledge about how to use the sustain pedal on the piano. If you find value in any form in this video, do it to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in our next video.